Hello everyone, and welcome again to another LEGO Bionicle video. For today guys, we are going to be doing our review on Akamai, the Toa Kaita of Valor. So with that said, let's get straight into it. So looking at the leg build first, you can see there are quite a few gaps. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and of course many more on the upper half of the body. Now of course, as you can also see, there are quite a few thin pieces since they're originally used from the 2001 Toas. Now that's obvious, right? But anyway, because of that, it kind of makes the actual structure of the leg quite fragile in a way, because they're quite thin. Of course it's still quite strong, but it's quite thin, and I don't think it holds pretty well, to be honest. But of course you can see it on the side there for yourselves, and yeah, it's quite thin guys, as mentioned. But you have to imagine back then in 2001, people obviously building this would have been like, wow, this is so cool. Of course this is cool now, but there are quite a few things that are lacking and that aren't really as presentable. But still, overall it looks great. I have to be honest with you all guys, it looks pretty cool. And I don't know why that's sticking out. Is that meant to be sticking out like that? That's a bit weird. Anyway, aside from all that, you can see that there is quite a bit of articulation. So of course you can turn the legs, or the lower half of the legs, in and out simply enough, and of course you can move it up and down. Oh, you can't really get it side to side, but up and down is pretty good though. And of course you can twist it. Oh no, you can't really twist it. Okay, there's no twisting there, but there is twisting in the knee. And of course you can do something quite crazy where you can actually just push out the lower leg parts just like that. It kind of looks odd, but you can do that if you really wanted to. And of course, moving up towards the upper half of the leg, you can see that it is held in by this piece right here, and of course there is a bushing there in between just to make it not so close to each other. And of course that's what kind of gives that big gap, as you can see there. No problem at all, but it's a bit annoying. And of course I don't think you can get any articulation there, to be honest. It's just more of like a joint to hold it in place. Yeah, pretty much, that's what it is for. That's also a fixated piece right there. And of course, same thing applies on the other leg. Now, of course, what makes the set, wow, sorry about that. The set, guys, is the fact that it has a great gear function. And this is it. Wow, check that out. Oh, let me see if I can find Pohatu's boulder. Maybe this would work. Let's see if this actually works. Okay. He goes, he shoots, and he scores! Yeah, so it does work. A great function, of course, I have to say. I really like it. But, yeah, it's quite hard to, of course, manipulate or to move sometimes because the pieces are quite fragile or quite thin. So, here, I'll show you from the front. So, yeah, there's the function. That's exactly what I mean. Aside from that mishap there that you just saw, guys, it is a great function, of course. I really like it, and I think it's a great idea that LEGO did implement to those old retro sets. Now, moving up to the upper half of the body, you can see this awesome chest piece, guys, and I honestly think this is so cool. Of course, that's Onua's foot there, and then his claws on each side. Now, I have to say that is great. It makes the character stand out more, gives him more of a, I guess what's the right word, a more detailed look, and that's just great. Of course you don't want a plain looking set with just simple functions and no detail. It's great how they've added that. I really like it, and something I really admire about what LEGO have done. And of course in the back, guys, exact same thing applies. You can see as an armor piece, they've added in the other Onua foot, as you can see there. Pretty cool, of course. It would have been nice if they could have added something else to it. Maybe somehow added in Onua's mask. I don't know, something like that. Attach it on the back possibly. I don't know. Maybe something like that would have been good. Or add in maybe something to do with Pohatu's... Is this Pohatu's arm? I think it is, yeah. But something like that, you know, added more detail to the set so then it stands out a lot more. Obviously, unfortunately, there's nothing that goes down here with Tahu's body piece. Unfortunately, it would be nice to add maybe an armor piece there. I know they've added in this piece, but I don't know, you know, I don't know what it's meant to be. Is that meant to be like some sort of groin cup or something? But it's a joke, but I don't know what it's for. It looks kind of odd being placed there, to be honest, but if it has a purpose, then please let me know, guys. I'd really like to know. And of course, moving on forward upwards, you can see that we are now looking at the Kanohi Aki, and of course it's meant to be the Great Hau, to be honest, but then again, this is meant to be our imagination, where this is meant to be the Kanohi Aki when all three of them, sorry, not both, when all three of them combine, and we're just going to go with that. As mentioned, it is the Mask of Valor, and it provides him the abilities to have shielding, strength, and speed. And of course, you can imagine how powerful he would have been if they had all combined together. It would have been cool if there were like all 6 of them combined, to be honest, as well. That would have been really cool, but I don't know how that would really work, to be honest. It would be some huge set with like random holes and anyway, that's that. You can see there are also gear functions in the back there, of course, for the arms, which I definitely do like, of course, implemented on Onua's body and Pohatu's body. I really like that as well. Now, before I show you the gear function, of course, we need to look at the weapons. So, of course, guys, as you can see on his right arm, we have what is known as the Fire Sword. I know, right? That's it. It's just called the Fire Sword. Unfortunately, to be honest, but then again, I guess it's because it's from Tahu, maybe. I would have expected maybe something more special for the sword name, but yeah, it's alright. There you can see it, guys. Pretty typical, you know, I don't know what else I can say about the Fire Sword. It just comes from Tahu, to be honest. Of course, as we all know with Akamai, he wields or he holds the elements of Fire, Stone, and Earth. So possibly there's a mixture of fire, stone, and earth powers in his Fire Sword, possibly. It would have been great, maybe. I don't know if it does, but it looks pretty cool. Of course, you can actually articulate it. So great range of motion. Of course, the Fire Sword's fixated in because there actually is no hand there. But still, great form of articulation. You can still, of course, move it forward, back, hindered a bit. And I guess that piece fell off. Anyway, I guess this is meant to also be a shoulder piece, possibly. I'm not exactly sure, but still, the idea of implementing something like this is still a great thing. And we are now looking at his left arm, guys, and as you can see there, he is wielding his club. Now, of course, to me personally, it doesn't look anything like a club. It just looks like 2 Bionicle heads attached to a machine gun looking hand, and yeah. In all honesty, but it kind of looks like a cyber beam or something like that, you know, obviously when the energy's kind of stored here and then obviously released through there. But anyway, that's meant to be a club, and of course this is meant to be Tahu's head, that's Pohatu's head here, and then the one up there that's held in by the Kanohi Aki is, of course, Onua's head. It's interesting, of course, how they built this, but I have to say it looks pretty cool overall. You can obviously get range of articulation. Same principle applies, left, right, up and down, and of course you can move the club around as well if you really wanted to, but it's meant to be like this apparently based on the pictures. And there goes the Kanohi falling off again. And I think that is pretty much it. Of course, now just to show you the gear function, and wow, articulation in the head. Okay, so let's try out the gear function. Of course, both arm guys are independent to each other, so they both function separately. So here we are looking at the club hand first, and there is the gear function. Pretty simple there. Let's see if we can do a full rotation. So we can. So yeah, there is the function there, guys. Pretty simple. And of course, here is the Fire Sword. So there is the gear function as well, like so. Let's give it a full rotation, because why not? And there you have it. That is pretty much it. Now, looking at the actual headpiece now, you can see that there is a slight problem. Of course, it's not held in place properly, and it's just really annoying, of course, typical of these masks back in the day, but you can't really do much. If I hold it in place, you can get some great articulation, of course, with the headpiece, because it's held in by a joint, or a ball joint, sorry, and a ball piece, so that's pretty cool. And of course, that's the unfortunate fact, that thing keeps falling off, and that's really annoying. You know, can't really do much about that, but still good range of motion, range of articulation, and that's just pretty cool overall. So comparing him to the Brawler, you can see that he is just a bit shorter and very much thinner. Of course, he would get pummeled, I think, but because he has the powers of shielding, strength, and speed, maybe he might stand a chance, but in all honesty, I don't think so. But maybe because he has a thin frame, that's what gives him the speed. And then strength might come from Onua, and shielding, I don't know, maybe from Pohatu possibly. I'm not sure, but anyway, that's that, as you can see there. So yeah, he is reasonably short, but I think he can still stand up to the Brawler. I'm not sure though, to be honest. And there is a comparison with the Makuta Pterodax, and of course you can see that he is just a bit taller than, of course, the Makuta, but possibly could possibly, I don't know, maybe could stand a chance against him, but of course that's just all theory. I don't know if Akamai has actually ever fought anyone in battle. I don't know who he's actually fought, but if you guys do know, please let me know. Has this actually been shown in any of the cartoons or any of the Bionicle series? I don't know personally. If you do know, I would really like to know, guys. Obviously, type in the comments below and let me know. Anyway, guys, a quick summary about the set, guys. I have to say it is a great build, of course. A few faults, or quite a few faults, I have to be honest, of course. The fact that there's quite a few gaps, quite a lot of gaps, to be honest. Range of articulation is good, but it's quite limited, of course, with the leg. Good in the arms, leg not so much, because of course it's fixated on the upper half of the leg. Bottom half you can get some range of articulation, but it's not that good, to be honest. Of course in the head, great, but the mask keeps falling off. It's quite typical, of course, with those old 2001 and 2002 masks or Bionicle headpieces. Still great. Love the gear function, of course, from both the legs and the arms. That's just definitely great. I have to say, with the weapons, I'm not really a big fan of, to be honest, because they are quite typical, and that weapon there doesn't make sense to me at all. I like the idea of how they've implemented the Pohatu thing, though. That's pretty cool as well. Of course, you know, having those added obviously added features to the feet. Sorry guys, that's what I should have said. Is great. So then of course he can kick some boulders, or I don't know what else he can kick, but something like that, of course. And yeah, I think that is pretty much it. Oh, one more thing to mention is that of course they could have covered this up maybe, or added some sort of armor pieces, and of course to the back as well. But because this is a 2001 set, I think then again you can't really talk much, guys. Back then those sets were very retro, pretty standard, and of course when they first came out everyone was super excited from when they came out, and I was typically as well, guys. But I have to say, this is actually my first time actually building this set. I actually have never ever built it, because back then I just didn't really think of building them, to be honest, and I don't know why. But anyway, I think that is pretty much it. With that said, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really all hope you have enjoyed my review on Akamai, the Toa Kaita of Valor. Of course, the combination model of Tahu, Onua, and Pohatu, as we all know. I really all hope you have enjoyed it. Please let me know in the comments below what you guys think of it. Of course, any opinions about the set is really greatly appreciated, of course. And I'm still thinking about the 2015 and 2016 set. Is it possible to even build a combination model of them? It would be really cool if we could, to be honest, but I'm not really sure. We'll have to somehow figure that out later in time. Of course, guys, as always, please subscribe to my channel if you have enjoyed my videos. Of course, check out my other videos as well. And please share my channel around and any of my videos, if you can, to any of the Bionicle community, guys. That would be really greatly appreciated, of course, so then we can be a great big united Bionicle community on this channel. With that said, guys, please stay tuned for more awesome videos to come. Of course, I have many more builds to obviously show you all, G1, G2, etc, etc. Anyway, guys, have a great day. Thank you again so much for watching. I will be talking to you all very, very soon. Bye-bye.